Oh dear. Well, okay. Oh, we've never had this happen before, but maybe overexploiting an island for its eyeball stalk bushes does eventually cause some set of circumstances that might even be considered, you know, cause and effect or consequences. It'll be feline. The roar of a terrifying giant cat makes your team freeze in its tracks. Should we run or stay very quiet, or should we read and react with strolling surveillance? If it's a cat, maybe if we stay very quiet, that's better? Oh, thank goodness. The roar fades into the distance as the giant beast seeks different prey or a patch of sunlight to sit in. Does that mean we could have a giant saber-toothed cat? Because that would be so cool. Oh, but at least we managed to go ahead and take care of that side of our teams. Phew, oh, thank goodness. Whoops, and there we go. But all right, hello everyone and welcome. Welcome. No, not a thief. I don't have room for thieves. Did my security guard get the thief? Hello? Maybe? Maybe not? There was a ghost going by? Was it a ghost thief? I think it was a ghost thief because there was a ghost that just like popped around the seance table and yet no thief. Oh my gosh, does that mean I actually have to have one of our supernatural specialists truly become a Ghostbuster? Because if so, we're gonna have to do a little bit of thinking about that too. And we're also going to go ahead and, I guess this is only average quality Pika Lilies because I mean, I get it. If I ran into an average, or if I heard like a giant cat roaring, I too might be like, perhaps it's time for us to work on, you know, maybe trying to stay alive. And then let's come on over and let's get another survey scanner started while we can, right before we carry on with our adventures at our to-do listia estates, where we're going to be diving into the netherworld and celebrating the fact I could brush a happy tear from my eyes. But celebrating the fact that there are new plants! The ghost plant, which is rarely seen. Ghost dusting equipment and natural spirits can be found in the fog moors. On a good clear day, not that those ever happen, you might be able to see your feet beneath you. Such is the visibility stifling power of heavy condensation. Yay! And we actually have Grave Guardian Agent Annie, Curse Chaser Salty Sweet Wren, with the skills and thrills we need to have a wonderfully good time with a survey scanner and a detailed survey over in those moors to try to bring in a bit more money. Eh? 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 I think that was an okay one. Also, I just realized that our Pika Lily pads are going to die if they don't have someone to take care of them. So, time to go ahead and hire another botanist. Wow, and there's just so much going on. This is so much fun, you guys. I am so tickled to be able to... Okay, the Twisted Torso statue. Actually, I will admit, the Twisted Torso statue being on view in this kind of situation is a little bit scarier than normal, but at least we have it set up so that people will hopefully be able to view it and help us out with the arts and culture part of running a museum. And we want to find and display a famous spirit, activate the buzz bonuses on a famous spirit, and kind of get ready to welcome some new spirits in and maybe even sort out where we're going to be having our employees take care of themselves, settle on in. Yes, another survey scanner is done, which means maybe we'll go ahead and get a new interactive exhibit done. What about, I moved the second seance simulator into the hotel because we can't do really big renovations since we want to preserve some of the history of the area. Why don't we think about maybe Relic River or the prehistory playground, maybe? Because I think the Relic River would be quite fun, but we don't have the money for it at the moment. Curses. Let's see. And I have been thinking that we should actually move some of our current ghosts into these hotel rooms and start setting things up so people can view them. Yes! And we have another new discovery over here from the Foggy Moor. A ghost net! Pristine quality? That's so cool! Supernatural ghost dusting equipment, shrieking like a sieve. I have no idea what it's going to do. It's barely ever seen. It's apparently extremely rare, very shiny, very happy to go ahead and see it. And we already have the buzz bonus on it because it's near a candle. That's pretty awesome. That makes me very happy indeed. Let's see, it's $8,000 to send our ghost off to go ahead and adventure into these depths. But if we want to search for that famous spirit, which the only one we can reach right now is at Spiffenmoor's Spire, where the Spiffenmoor Wizardry Academy has seen better, livelier days. Still, since being cursed, they remained proactive and made themselves a tower to plan their next move in endlessly confusing conflict with former student Nefaria Munch. And we need to activate Buzz bonus on a cave person. I love this. Probably actually, not even though, but probably because we get to send the others out on these expeditions to go and do that. Well, meanwhile, we're over here working on making sure that, ooh, what about our haunted tour guide? That's right, we do have the ability to send anyone out for experience points, or excuse me, for training at the Afterlife Academy, where I can only imagine that a bunch of the people who spent their entire lives researching and studying everything that they possibly could would indeed become a little bit bored enough that they would indeed want to go ahead and work on their life's project in their afterlife. So it's probably full of some of the best teachers. Ooh, and we do have the ghost plant to put down, which reminds me, a botanist. Okay, we don't need a dull botanist though. Darn. You gotta spend money to make good botany, I suppose. And speaking of good botany, we do have a ghost plant we can actually put down, and we do have a spooky graveyard, but the outdoors does not immediately count as a cold climate. Maybe. Oh, and now we're really out of money. That part's not so fun. All right, hopefully we can get a little bit more money coming in soon. Or actually a lot of bit more money. Is this what I get for not selling eyeball bushes? I think we need to get more tours going and probably move some of our ghosts over into the indoor hotel area, because I was thinking we could make this big ghost spot into a location for the nature ghost, the cave person ghost that I think we might run into. It is, look at that! Lo and behold! Oh my gosh, it's even a pristine quality too. That's so awesome! Cave people weren't just the first to arrive in the county. They were the first to arrive in the netherworld, too. That lot of good it did them. Well, it does. I think I heard somewhere if you added up the number of people who ever existed and then how many currently live on Earth, I think it definitely would be more top heavy to now than back then. Well, maybe. Because, it'd just be look interesting on a graph. And so I have thought about that. Eventually the modern group of ghosts would, because of the population explosion, become so numerous. I wonder if that would just feel a little overwhelming to the cave people. And perhaps they would actually really, really, really want to come back and have a nice, comfy little habitat, like a terrarium for ghosts that we can build for them. Oh, I'm very happy about this. Okay, let's see. So, look at that. Oh my gosh, that's not okay. Walking down like that, that's terrifying actually. Okay, maybe that wasn't our thief, but that was really terrifying. Just have to say. All right, but let's actually move Genevieve and some of her friends into some of these rooms, because I think that they actually would have a really great time hanging out in a parlor over here. We're going to change it to industrial age decor. And then we're going to bring Genevieve and her friends over. And I have been meaning to pull up a random name list so that we could go and actually name some of you from, actually, maybe it would be very, very old videos. Well, no, you know what I mean, from some of our old videos, so that we could invite all of you to enjoy settling in. The Polterguest room is full. Really? And we can't edit it? But then he's all by himself. Oh, I feel a little conflicted about that, but we'll get this all worked out. And then I also want to get a staff room over on this side so that we can have someone taking good care of the ghost over here. Let's make sure that we have some information stations about said ghost so that people can learn a bit more about them. Let's also get down a lovely donation station or two, so that people can feel that if you too want to adopt a ghost, can you imagine? Where it's like, if you would like to adopt a ghost in order to make sure that they will be able to like live their best life, then we need your help. We need your help today. You never know what kind of ectoplasm they might want to have after all. Let's see, no music. Oh, so actually he wanted somewhere quiet compared to the ghost who wanted to have the little like music, the antique gramophone. There we go. All right, so how are these two doing? Genevieve and Maris seem to be doing okay. They want a bed and some seating. They could use a little bit more decor in their room. It seems that Spirit Medium the Rhonda is taking good care of them too. Meanwhile, Walter in Zoot seems to be doing well. He wants no music, he wants a fireplace, and he wants some light. He's getting a little bit of his afterlife therapy, which I really love. I gotta admit it, I just think that's amazing. It's hilarious, it's adorable. Let's give him a nice industrial lamp, there we go. And then we'll give him one of the nice industrial antique beds instead of the current bed, so that he can feel even more comfy. And he really loves fireplaces. And we'll give him, I want to be able to give him more like treats and things to do. But he's probably going to be pretty happy like with an antique chair in front of his fireplace that he can just relax with. And we'll give him a bookshelf, because I thought I saw him reading a lot. And he does actually play with his books. It feels like giving a tiger or a lion or maybe a panda like toys to play with to entertain guests. And then I want to make sure that the decoration is going well in here. Wonderful, wonderful. And while we're over here, I don't think I can afford to put another staff room in just yet. But what about, not a coffee machine. What about somewhere for people to get a little bit of rest and be able to put their feet up for just a moment? What color should we go with? I really just like this dark purple for the ghost theme quite a bit. So we'll do this one real quick and just give people a nice location to put their feet up and rest a moment. Oops. Okay, let's do. All right, fine. If that's the way, no. Oh my gosh. I love the idea that maybe that was the ghost. We're just gonna say, yeah, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, what about a nice antique brass color? That'll do. I want to have some of that ghostly ambiance playing everywhere so people will really feel the immersion of being around the supernatural. What kind of sounds would be the wind through like leafless trees, so the wind through branches rattling, that would definitely get my attention in terms of supernatural things. Also, we still are struggling to find a non-dull botanist, but I'm sure we'll get there soon, because botany is not dull, and I will die on that anthill, probably. I hope that I don't actually die on an anthill, because that would be really uncomfortable, or maybe just a really fast way to contribute, like, returning my like, I don't know, my contribution to the universe. Like, all right, ants, get to work. All right, let's see. And then maybe we'll put down some decoration to up the spook factor just a touch. Oh, I love that. Bats. That's one of the sounds that I'm hearing. Okay, this is a staff door. Who are you? Wiggly Silverbottom? How do you get to go, like, for a VIP visit? Oh, it's a VIP visit. So hopefully he paid a little extra for the staff experience. Celebrities are like anybody else, only more important with infinitely higher standards. VIP visits may result in generous donations or even personal gifts, but they won't be easy. Oh, and he doesn't even reveal his needs. He keeps quiet. He keeps those things under wraps, I see. I did just see that somebody is very thirsty though, so maybe we will go ahead and install a pulpation machine or two. Glaringly out of place. Yes. Hopefully helpful with being able to keep our ghost fed. Probably? All right, let's see. Too much litter, so we do need to have some litter cleanup going. We have a lot of people who want to learn more about everything, and it's time! It is time for my cave person to be able to come on in. I can only imagine that they want nature decor, and we're gonna need to go ahead and prepare the room. Just so, oh dear, we have a vandal. Excellent work there, Ghost Spotter Schmotter. I'm really proud of you. Once you're done with that, also this poor guy, all right, I probably need to add more bathrooms. Maybe we can learn something from the cave person who'd just be like, well, we have some bushes somewhere, don't we? All right, let's see. And I really am excited about the idea of getting some prehistory like exhibits in here, since we have so many of those we could add in. All right, so here's the guest room for our cave person. Let's go ahead and see what the natural decor could be. Like this wild meditation spot. Find balance and don't topple over. I love this. It feels even more like trying to make something for some sort of like cat at a zoo. There's also the wild bed, the way of nature would have intended if nature had intentions, which touche. I love that. You gotta call it out, right? And then we'll put that kind of maybe over in the corner here. And maybe we'll put a couple in because I think we can add at least a couple ghosts. Then there's also the wild plant that grows where it pleases. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Happy, happy, happy. Absolutely overjoyed about this plant. I'm all here for that. All right. Oh, I see. And then the beds actually need more. There we go. Now we're making it so the ghost will hopefully be quite happy. There we go. And then we'll make it so they can get right up in there and show everybody their meditation techniques. And the wild stump seat. If you sit on something in the forest, does that make it a chair? I almost burst out laughing so loudly I would scare the guinea pigs again, because that's always my argument when we go camping or like out to the park, and like we'll be hanging out with people who are like, oh, do we need to buy like little chairs to bring? Yes, those are very useful, but it took me forever to figure out the purpose of having those little chairs for camping, because I was always like, but there's the ground, isn't there? Like, we have ground, isn't that how you go camping, using ground? So that was a thing that took me a long time to like work up to. All right, let's also go ahead. Oh, that's right, I forgot how Curse Chaser Salty Sweet Wren is still a frog. Maybe it'd be nice for them if I didn't forget those kinds of things. But I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hilarious. And we're gonna see if we can find another cave person ghost so that this brand new cave person ghost is not going to be all alone. Traits leader! The head of the tribe, one per room, slow peace decay, and other cave people's spirits. That's so cool! We need to figure, I'm naming him Banana. And if any of you guys have been around long enough to remember, the great Banana from our niche series. I raise my banana split to you, and I wipe away a tear of joy, because that was a while back, and I'm really, really happy for those memories. I actually have the Banana niche plushie that I actually pulled out from Carrie in Australia. She made it. She raises wonderful dogs and has made amazing plushies in the past. I have so many of her niche dolls, but now I want to give like a banana or like a niche doll to this guy. What a fun experience. You can have a Yeti in your room? Excuse me? Have 3 pieces of nature decor. Don't share a room with a Yeti. Don't share a room with a leader cave person. So what? That's awesome! That's so awesome! We need to learn so much more about all of this and possibly get our hands on a little bit of prehistoric things that can be made. And we also unlocked the Spire so that we can try to attract a famous ghost. But I do think that we're going to need to build a better room if we're going to have a famous ghost and figure out exactly where we might want to place them. The Fogmore's expedition's back! Yes! And they brought with them another wonderful ghost plant. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do, indeed. Also, like, ribbit to you too. Curse Chaser Run. Ribbit indeed. But alright, let's go ahead. Ooh, and we're gonna lose some money. And we'll look at Spin Moore's Spire soon, but before that we should probably aspire ourselves back on over to gathering up a few of those eyeball bushes so that we can have a little bit of money to work with, and then we'll see what we might be able to do when it comes to discovering more ghosts. I'm so happy. This is amazing, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.